So, Tom, we've talked a little bit about Swimlane before, and security automation platform announced this week that they've closed a new funding round at $70 million. The highlight of the campaign was their focus on how code automation and it could be used as a force multiplier for organizations that are facing staffing issues, which is frankly a lot of them now. Instead of putting all the features into a security automation orchestration and response platform, Swimlane focuses on providing just enough software at the right locations to solve security challenges. And we saw this actually at our Security Field Day event last year. Is this a better option for companies than a massive new system?
Well, you run into a couple of different problems here. So everyone went out and bought a security incident and event manager, a SIEM, and then they bought a SOAR, and then they bought an XDR, and then an EDR, and a PQR, and an XYZ, and yeah, it's security, so it's filled with acronyms. But the problem is, just like every other issue that you've ever had, you have all these systems, but you don't have any glue to pull them together. And that's effectively what Swimlane is doing. In fact, during Security Field Day, one of our delegates brilliantly pointed out, you guys are basically the plumbing for all of these devices that pulls the information along the way. But more importantly, it's the plumbing that works without needing to know like Go or Rust or Python or I don't know, Fortran. They use a system very similar to what Ansible does with these playbooks, where you create an automation code booklet, if you will, and you deploy it, and it allows you to connect systems into these devices. And you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, that's really easy. Like all I have to do is tell my device to send all my syslogs to the SIEM or the SOAR, and it all works. Go on. Let me know how that works out for you. Because these companies that sell these huge devices, these huge platforms, there's a reason why they have professional services departments, because it turns out these things are actually not that easy to deploy. And the other issue is it's a lot like buying a gigantic SUV or buying one of those refrigerators that has like 47 options on it. You're going to keep using this thing for a long time. Like this isn't just something you buy, use for a year, and then go, nah, it didn't really do what I wanted it to do, so I'm going to move on to the next thing. And that's where I think the brilliance of Swimlane comes in. By having these customizable playbooks that you can deploy through their Turbine platform, you can actually just keep adding pieces and connecting them all together so that you can leverage those investments. And it was obviously good enough that they got a $70 million funding round. So I expect to see good things coming out of them very soon. And we hope to get them back to a future Security Field Day very soon so you can hear a little bit more about some of the stuff that they've been working on.